channel with me, Emily D, and I'm so happy you're here. So today I'm going to collab with Laurie Latimer, and we will be creating a Valentine's date eye look. So if you were to go out to a restaurant or somewhere nice with your significant other, so I'm excited to share this look. I have done one eye off film, so I will be doing the look on this other eye with you all. So I do have my palettes here, and this one is the Helion 35 color Galaxy palette, and this one is a Love palette by Appeal. Okay, so let's get into this eye look. I'm going to start in this big palette here, and I do need a mirror for this, so let me grab a little mirror, and I'm going to start out with this kind of nice little peachy shade, and that one is right here in the top. So I'm going to be buffing that shade out with a Real Perfection brush, so it is nice and fluffy. So let me go ahead and get my little mirror. I put the palette down on my lap because it is so big, and I'm going to buff that out above my crease, all above my crease and below the brow bone. So this is just a nice little wash of color, but I can see it show up here. So I did enjoy using these palettes today. I'm very excited to see the look that Laurie Latimer is going to create for her Valentine's date look. Alright, so that shade is already all blended in very nicely. So now I'm going to go into a deeper kind of shade, and that one will be in the Love palette by Appeal, and it is the shade right in the middle. So it is this kind of tan brown shade right there. So let me grab this little mirror. This one is another Real Perfection brush. It is just more oval shaped, but it is fluffy as well. So this shade is going to go a little bit above the crease, kind of in the crease as well, and it is going to get blended out with that pretty peachy shade. So these shades did blend out very nicely. Alright, so there's that done. They blended out very easily as well. Okay, so when I look up, you can still see the color. Perfect. Alright, so now I'm going to go back into that big Helion palette. I'm just going to be switching them out here. And I'm going to go into this kind of burgundy maroony kind of shade. It does look kind of brownish, so that is going to go into the crease and all over the lid. And this one is a pure P70 brush, so it is little, round, and fluffy. So that is going to get focused right into the crease. I'm just going to go ahead and put it all over the lid as well. That's a very pretty shade. I thought it was going to come out a little more darker, but it blended in perfect with the other crease shade. And I'm going to fluff it out here in the outer corner of the eye and really blend it into the crease. Alright, so there we go. That shade is all done being blended out. And yeah, perfect. Alright. So now I'm going to go into this deep brown shade. This is in the Helion palette as well. It is down here in the bottom. So I am going to tap that into the outer corner of my eye. And this one is a AOA Studio E128 brush. So it is a domed brush, but it is fluffy. So let's go into that deep brown and put it right out here in the outer corner, just to give it a little depth. I'm just going to really pack it there. I'm going to blend it in. And I'm also going to go into the deep brown in the Appeal Love palette as well, just to add, because this one is like a matte and that other brown kind of has a little sheen to it, kind of like a little satin finish. So I'm gonna dip into that one as well. So let me go ahead and show that one too. These don't have any shade names on them. They're not in the back of the palette either, but it is this one down here in the bottom. So that shade is going to go in the outer crease as well, and I'm going to blend it up with that other shade. So let's go ahead and smoke this one up a little bit more. But they went perfect together. Those two browns look very nice together. On top of each other, it just adds a little more depth to the outer corner here. And now for the lid shade, I'm going to go into a beautiful pink. And I'll show that here in a second. I'll just get this on the lid. Okay, so that is all done. Oh, my palette is running away. Let's go ahead and show that pink shade now. So the pink shade I'm going to go into is this pretty pink right here in the bottom corner. And for that, I'm going to be using a little flat paddle brush. This one is by Real Perfection, and it is just a normal little paddle brush. So that pretty pink shade is just going to get packed all on this front part of the eyelid. And it is kind of flaky, so maybe I should have laid down a tacky primer before, but I really didn't think about that. But it doesn't stay on my face, so that's fine. I'm really gonna pack that on here. Once I get it down, it doesn't flake off everywhere though, so. But it is kind of flaky on the brush. It's not a very smooth shimmer, though it does apply smooth on the eye. Okay. So there we go. There is that pretty light pink shimmer on the eyelid. And it does go right into the crease. So now I'm going to highlight my brow bone, and that is going to be in this big palette here. I'm going to go into this pretty shimmer shade up in the top corner there. It is very natural looking, so it was perfect for a highlight for the brow bone. I actually have this big Helion palette in my project pan. I just haven't had time to do a video on it. So if I ever do my project pan video, be able to upload it, do the video, y'all will see this palette. Okay, so there's that. So now I'm going to go back into this first brush that I used. I just want to blend this crease out a little bit better. The first two brushes with that baby pink, or with a peachy shade, I would say. This palette just keeps slipping down. Alright, so there we go. I just wanted to blend out that line up there. Okay, so that looks a lot better blended out. Alright, so now let's continue with the eye look. I'm going to grab this tiny little pencil flathead brush, and I'm going to go back into the Love Appeal palette, and I'm going to grab this beautiful white shimmer right in the middle there, and that is going to go onto my inner corner highlight. So that will come right here, and I'm also going to drag it just a little bit into the lower lash line, and a little bit on the top of the lid. This shimmer is just so pretty. I'm very happy I chose to use this palette today. I've been wanting to use it, and I figured today was a perfect occasion because it has that beautiful pink shimmer, and I've been wanting to use it. Alright, so there is that inner corner highlight. So baby did just wake up. So now to smoke out the lower lash line, I'm going to go back into this brown down in the bottom, and that is going to go with a AOA Studio E131 brush. This is a flat little paddle brush. And I am just going to create the line. I'm just going to smoke that out. Just a thin line down there. I'm not doing much to the lower lash line. And then I'm also going to go back into that very light peachy shade that I showed first, just to really buff it out down in the bottom. So that one was this shade right in the middle on the top row. And my baby was asleep, so that's why you hear him kind of whining. He's not crying, he's just whining because he's still tired. So that is just going to get buffed down here in the bottom. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and finish buffing out that peachy shade down here, just to really blend that deep brown out. Alright, so now I'm going to go into this deep, it's not black, this one's more like the smoky kind of gray, and this one is a stark black. So I'm going to go into this smoky gray kind of black color there, and I'm just going to create a slight little wing on the top lash line. And I'm going to start from the middle of the eye, and I'm going to bring it out to the back. Now I'm also going to go ahead and line the front part of the eyelid, just very lightly. And so now I'm going to create a tiny little wing here, just to bring a little more depth into this outer corner. Okay, so there is the look done. Alright, so I'm going to go off film, but there is the eye look so far, and I'm going to apply these little lashes that I was going to apply the other day. So I found my lash glue, so I'm going to go and put those on, and I'll be right back to show the final look. So this is the final look with the lashes on. I hope you all enjoyed this look come together, and please see Miss Laurie Latimer's look that she created for her Valentine's Day look. Alright, I'll see you in my next video. Have a great day. Bye.